Hey, my name is Erin and I am extraordinarily inconsistent with my videos. Welcome to my channel. Today's video is largely inspired by a recent video by HeyThereImShannon. She's a really great YouTuber. If you don't watch her, you probably should. She recently came out with a video of why she's not emo anymore. She is basically in that little like subsection of YouTube that is like the emo YouTubers. You know, it's like there's like a group. There's like the beauty gurus and there's the prank videos and there's this and then there's the emo kids. And she made a video about why she's not emo anymore. And the gist of it was how she had like this image and she had the crazy colored hair and she did that because that's who she felt what she was. Like that was, and not like she felt in her heart that was what she was, but that was who she needed to be because that was what the internet wanted her to be, and that's how she fit this certain mold that was set for her, and she's finally breaking free of that. And this is something that I think about a lot, and it's the fact that as human beings, I think that for some reason, or at least just in our society today, we feel this need to put ourselves into specific boxes. I think that humans, whether we want to admit it or not, we are animals. I don't just think that, I know that we're animals, and I think we have this herd mentality where we don't feel right unless we are in with a specific group. And we all want that. We all want to be accepted in some way, whether we want to admit it or not. We all care to an extent about what other people think, and we all want to just fit in somewhere and have some sort of place in this world. But the fact of the matter is there's not a single person that's exactly like another kind of person. And there's not one single person that fits a specific stereotype. I'm only just coming into this like now, really discovering who I am as a person. So going back to like middle school, going back to middle school, I desperately wanted to be a scene kid, like really badly. I couldn't dye my hair because the school I was in, and I wore a uniform, so there was nothing. I had like an Alex Evans shirt, and I took the scene pictures and like edited them. But other than that, I had like a clip-in coontail type deal. But other than that, I did not fit that mold at all. But I so desperately wanted to fit this mold exactly. And if I didn't fit this mold exactly, if I didn't reject anything that didn't fit into that specific mold, there was something wrong with me. And the fact of the matter is that a lot of my friends did that. They wanted to fit into the specific mold of the kind of music we listened to, which was like pop punk / I listened to more like hardcore, but it was a lot of like pop punk. For them, it was a lot of like pop punk and emo music and all that stuff, and they wanted to fit this specific mold, so they rejected anything that was deemed mainstream, even if they liked it. Everybody seems to really want to put some sort of label on who they are as a person, and that becomes who they are entirely as a person. And it can be their religion, it can be their dietary preferences, it can be their, I should really stop wearing these on my wrist. It can be their specific type of music that they listen to, that they fit in with a specific scene. It can be any of those things, and the thing is that there's no one who fits in with every single like bullet point on the list of things that are meant to be in a specific stereotype. And I know a lot of people, like if you were to say to someone, oh, this is your stereotype of like the kind of person you are, people would be like, I don't want to be stereotyped, like that's not right. But honestly, I think on a subconscious level, we all kind of want to be stereotypes of whatever type of people we deem we are, because we want some sort of label to put on ourselves so that we know who we are as a person, because it's easier to have someone else tell you who you are as a person than it is to embrace who you actually are as a person, because who you actually are as a person is unlike any other person on the planet, and that's scary because that makes you individual and unique and different and weird to some people, and not able to fit in with some people, and it makes it a lot scarier when you're trying to just be who you are as a person, and that is little elements from all different types of things. And when I got into high school, I know I'm jumping around a lot, when I got into high school, I suppressed pretty much every part of me that made me me, largely because I was I hate to use the word bullied because it wasn't like severe. It was just kind of like a lot of like name calling and some textbooks being thrown down the stairs at me. But other than that, it was just a lot of being very, very judged for the music I listened to, the way that I drew, because I drew like anime style stuff. and the books I was into. I got bullied for reading Twilight in like 6th grade, and then 8th grade everybody read it and it was fine, but apparently when I read it, it was weird and creepy and emo. The books I read, which were a lot of anime and manga, and just all of those things, and I got very, very judged for that. So I, in my mind, was like, okay, these things are wrong. I cannot let the people in this new school that I'm in know about these things, because if they know about these things, they're going to reject me, and I don't want to be rejected. So I suppressed all of those things about me. I felt happy at the time. Honestly, I look back at freshman year and I'm like, oh, that was the happiest time of my life. But it actually wasn't. That was at the time where, I don't know if I've ever spoken about this, but I've struggled with self-harm since I was in 7th grade, on and off. Like, I haven't done it in quite some time, but freshman year was probably the height of it. It was very severe, and it was daily, sometimes multiple times a day. And I still had this thing in my head that I was happy, but obviously I wasn't. And I think it was because I was hiding so many parts of who I was. I was hiding any little bit of me that made me me, instead of it making me like what everyone expected me to be, which was loud and always happy. And I was always the super perky, happy one. And I was like, I was just in the super innocent one, and then this and then that. And I decided, okay, you guys tell me who I'm going to be, and I'll be it, because that's not scary, and I know you won't reject me if I'm exactly who you want me to be. And the longer you do that, the longer you wear these masks, hiding who you really are, the more I think you kind of lose who you really are and almost forget who you really are. Because the thing is, after a while, it wasn't even just that I was hiding these things. It wasn't that I was not lending my notebooks out to people because there were doodles in them and I didn't want anyone to see the little like anime characters that I drew in the corners of my notebook pages. I began to lose that. I began to lose just how much those things meant to me. And jump forward to, I'm now in my 3rd year of college. Yeah, and I'm only just starting to come back into that. I'm only just starting to, my phone rang and it was a telemarketer, and I'm frustrated by that because I was on a roll. What were they saying? I don't have to identify myself as any specific type of person, and I think I tried for so long to fit myself into one specific box, and it was even like at the height of my eating disorder, like that was who I was. I was anorexic, and that was my entire identity. And then it was, I am recovering from anorexia, and then that was my entire identity. And then it was, I'm studying exercise science and I'm super into fitness, and that's all I care about, and that's who I am. And I'm just starting to realize that I can be all these different things. And I know it sounds silly to a lot of people probably if you've never had this issue, but I'm only just like realizing like I can be a runner while also enjoying listening to specific types of music, and also like listening to like metal music, and also listening to like Les Mis on repeat all the time. And I can write things, I can write stories, and it's not weird that I like writing fiction and these weird fantasy stories, and I can be a mental health advocate, and I can be super girly and really into makeup, and I can be also like let my little like freak flag fly, because I kind of am regressing back into my little emo stage, not gonna lie. And I'm just rediscovering how much I loved manga, and that like shaped my life in such a big way. I started, like, I don't know, that was the first thing I really got into, I think, on my own. Like, it wasn't like my parents showed me these, like, these Disney movies or these toys or these this. Like, I got into, it was Inuyasha. And I used to stay up until midnight with my cousin and watch it. And I just started rereading the manga. And I just recently reread Fruits Basket. And I'm realizing just how much the characters in those shaped who I am as a person, and how much they mean to me, and just how like I get like so happy when I'm reading them, and I don't know. And realizing that I think, and even here on YouTube, I like tried to put myself in a specific box, and I privated a lot of my first videos from like 4 years ago or even more. I think they were like 5 years ago, because I tried to like be like the people who are like popular on YouTube. Like I really tried to be like Bethany Moda at one point. I did like the fast like chipmunk singing and all that stuff, and it was so not me at all. Even the ones that are still not privated on this, the earlier ones, they're not me at all. And I'm just discovering that who I am, I'm just discovering not just that who I am is okay, but I'm rediscovering who I am as a person, and that just by existing as myself, that's enough. And that's something that I really want to get through to everybody, is that you're a unique you, and just by existing in yourself, you're enough, and you're miraculous, and you are a miracle, because you're the only one of you, and you're the only one of you that will ever exist. You're the only one of you who will ever have the thoughts that you have, and the exact interests that you have, and the exact skills and the exact feelings and the exact ideas. You're the only one of you that will ever have those things, and that's amazing. And you need to share that with the world. You don't need to hide all of these parts of you. And it's true, it's scary to not hide all the parts of you, because there are parts of you that certain people are gonna think are weird, and certain people are gonna reject, and you may lose some friends. And I definitely did, but I know it sounds super cliche, but those people weren't your friends anyway. I have like 2 friends right now, and I'm working on it, and it kind of sucks, but those 2 people, I can be exactly who I am. I can be weird and kind of like awkward, but also, and I can be really, really silly and kind of act like a 12-year-old sometimes and do really dumb but fun things with them. And I still have such a fear of being rejected by people, and I always think that I'm annoying, even these 2 best friends that I have, by being myself. But I feel so much better than I ever have before. I mean, I'm still struggling with a lot of stuff, but just being in myself, I'm finally remembering who I am and the things that fill me up and make me happy and make me whole. And I want that for everybody. And so that's the thing. If you, regardless of how you choose to make your appearance or the things that you do, the music you listen to, the activities you participate in, you're allowed to do all those different things, and it's okay if one doesn't exactly match up with the other. Nobody's allowed to tell you what you are and are not allowed to like, or what you're not allowed to be. And the thing is, by sharing your true authentic self with the world, you're going to inspire other people to share your true authentic self with the world, because something in you is going to resonate with someone else, and it's going to inspire them, and it's going to help them, and I can guarantee you that. So that's what I really wanted to talk about. I hope this didn't not make sense. What? I hope this made some sense. Thank you for watching. I will see you next time. Bye.